Troy, the last couple of games, you weren't too thrilled with the overall, maybe the outcome, but not how they played. Was this closer to Sceptres hockey for you?
Yeah, for sure. I thought I like a lot of things. That, there's times that things got sloppy on both ends, but really like the start. I love the start of the first period. Love the start of the second or third period. But also just kind of a gritty, gutsy road win against a very good team.
And Sarah, first game in 10, it was 10, I guess. How did it feel, and how tough was it coming back first one?
Good. I hope I didn't stick out as much as I thought that I did, but I mean, I have a great group around me, and playing with Spoons and Emma. Emma took it on herself. She goes, "I'm F1" the whole game, and so it's nice to come to a group that's so supportive and has supported me throughout the entire process here, and to come back as we're heading into the last couple of games of the season is definitely a good runway.
And watching for 10 games, did you learn something different about your team in that role, like from a different angle, from a different perspective?
Yeah, I think our coaching staff likes to hold us accountable, and so sometimes I actually see what Troy comes in and says in between periods, and so I kind of saw that new perspective. But I think that I was able to assess things a little bit different. So as a centerman, like, I was focused on face-offs like the entire time I was watching. Like, I really honed in on that, because I was like, I never actually get to see how the face-offs work, what they look like. And so I think I just kind of took a different perspective from, I guess, a learning standpoint, and connected with the girls in a different way. Like, when you're injured, you're out of the lineup, like, you have to figure out how to contribute in different ways. So that's just what I tried to do.
Troy, what can you say about Kristen Campbell today?
Yeah, I thought she looked really solid. She looked square on a lot. Like, I thought Montreal did a really good job of just getting some pucks into the blue paint and creating sort of a bit of a scramble. And she just looked engaged and just did a really good job trying to find pucks. One of the things we talked about was we'd like to get a little bit better clearing some of those, pushing them to the wall. But the ones we weren't able to get to, I thought she did a great job. So very solid game for her.
And you hear the welcome back.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, being on the other side this time, but I'm super happy to be a part of Sceptres, and it's been a really good first week here.
What was it like to be back so soon after the trade? It's only been maybe a week or so.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be weird, but I mean, a little maybe, and they just wanted to do the first shift just to get into it, and then you get into your hockey bubble and you don't really think about it, to be honest. It's just a normal hockey game and a game you want to win.
Troy, how do you feel about the position in the standings? You've moved up to second place with 3 points behind Montreal. Are you looking at that, and where do you think your team is heading?
Yeah, I mean, we don't talk about it a lot. I did mention it to the group. Everybody has their own thoughts on it as well. I think you just, you owe it to the league itself and just hockey in general. You always want to try to push for first and find ways to get in first place if you can. And I think with that mentality, if you're, not successful in reaching your goal, then maybe you end up in second. But, and if that doesn't happen, obviously, and so on and so on. But you want to push in this league, and I think one thing with this group, a lot of the players that are returning from last year, you don't want a situation like, finishing first last year, picking your opponent, losing in the first round, to scar you on the desire to come first if you can. And not saying we're going to come first, but I think you constantly should be striving towards being the best that you can be in the league, and knowing that anything that happened last year doesn't impact this year at all. So I think home ice advantage in this league would be very, very valuable. So if we strive for that, the worst thing can happen is we end up, in second or third. So we don't follow the standings a whole lot, but we want to keep pushing and pushing right to the end to see, where we end up.